Hello, my name is Megan O'Russell.
And my name is Christopher Russell, and welcome back to Page by Page, writing the book in real time. We are back after a week hiatus, and I'm going to pull a Megan and say, this time, it was not my fault.
No, it was my fault. And if you are watching the video version of this, because it is going to be, we're doing the video right away. We're bougie. Vibing, yeah. We bougie bitches. Okay. But you will notice that the lighting is kind of crap. But that's because I have had a migraine. It's day 8 since I've been able to look at a screen of any kind. So that's been super great for the publishing schedule. Yeah. So we can't have a ring light right in front of us. No. We sort of have like some cobbled together lights that are like dim enough and out of the center of my vision enough. Yeah. To hopefully not spike the migraine back up. I mean, so we are moving forward with a plan to help with the migraines. Like, there are new migraine meds going on. Yes. Hopefully in the morning I'll get a call from a doctor. But if you're like, why is Megan not on social media? Where'd she go? Yeah, that's why. I can't look at a fucking screen. Like, I just want to say Pokemon Go. All of my precious Pokemon in Pokemon Go must think I hate them. Chris has been doing my Duolingo for me to keep the owl satisfied. I have. Like, it is the saddest. It's bad. Plus side, my kitchen has not been so clean since we moved in.
And I said, oh my God, y'all, it's insane.
It looks amazing.
Okay, let's cheers before you take a drink. Cheers.
To the kitchen.
Oh my goodness.
I know, when my eyes like, mm-hmm. Okay, better shoddy lighting than no podcast.
Yeah, agreed. So a couple of things. First of all, that beer was pumpkin because they put it out in the discount cart because it was January, and I went, yes, please.
It's like the day after Halloween candy.
Oh, this is way better. It's way better.
I know, but it's like, it's a seasonal thrill where it's like you get to January and they're like, fuck,
it is.
And they give
we
you
got
all the
that,
other ones.
and we also got the one that we did initially because so I was going to get to this in a second, but we did record like 3/4 of the podcast last week. We did, but then Megan literally went, I can't. And then she left and laid down. And I was like, okay, well, we will try this again. And she was like, do we just pick it back up? I said, nope, we're going to scrap it.
He was like, it was a little too...
Nope. I was
depressing?
Well, yeah, I did. It's because I was like, okay, so that part of our, I hate to call it brand because it sounds so capitalistic, and honestly, capitalism's pissing me off at the moment. But it felt it's true. But I was like, it is part of our brand to be very open and honest. That is just who we are. And I was like, but maybe we don't need to be quite that honest about how depressing your life is right now. So it's like, maybe we just don't do that.
I have book many words.
Oh man, it was not great. So I was like, let's just not put out.
So we're here recording again.
We're recording again. And so something I was going to say is that while Megan has been dealing with this, I just made a
realization. Remind me to tell you after this.
No, you go ahead because I'll keep this. Go ahead.
I can't read along with you.
I know.
What am I going to do?
Just look beautifully into the camera.
This is going to be an experience. Okay.
Do not look at the words. Don't look at the words.
Well, normally I read along with you and I'm like,
know.
Ooh, story time with Chris. But
maybe
like,
you can close your eyes and just, lean on my shoulder.
I will fall the fuck asleep.
That's actually something that happened last week. Last week you fell asleep during the podcast, which was the beginning of the end. And we went, okay, well, that's not...
I'm going to make awkward eye contact with the camera the whole time.
Oh my God. All right, so be sure to check out this week's video, which will not be going up on the same day as the podcast because I can't. But it will be going up like the day after. So
you're the day after.
I am the day after. Oh, so I know what I was going to say. So the part of this, dealing with this migraine, and I mean, it was bad.
Look, I'm at the graduation in Stranger Things.
Stop. Okay. So we are... I was about to say, oh my God, do we have to cut that spoiler? And I was like, no, because you know that at least one of the kids makes it. Well, we're not going to say which one. Go watch it. It was fun. But when I would come home, the house would be a cave. It would just be, so I would walk in.
We're in a room with light right now.
We are. I would walk into the house and immediately go, I can't do this. I cannot.
Like one of those little Westworld bots.
Yeah, kind of. Hello.
Hello.
Okay.
I have not animated.
Let's not talk about the Westworld robots. They're becoming too real. So why don't you give us, let's bring it into the world of fiction and away from reality for a second. Why don't you give us a last time on or previously on? Do you remember what happened? It's been a hot second. I'll give you a hint. There are many Moochin humans in Kate's house.
Yes,
Okay. Go ahead.
Previously on. Don't laugh at me.
It's going well.
I'm doing my fucking best, bud. Previously on Diary of a Blood-Marked Werewolf. After the trauma of Field Day, Kate's house was inundated by humans, both student and parent alike. Kate got her ass reamed from some human parents who were like, "The fuck are you doing with these teenagers?" And now it's time for the post-field day party at the Argo. Mm-hmm. Did I do a good job?
You did a great job, babe. Good job. I'm proud of you. I do want to let you know that beautiful echo that you put on for werewolf is not going to come through. I love you very much.
Why not?
It will, because there's music that plays under it. Sorry. Love you.
Okay, well, can you take my werewolf and make it go werewolf?
No, I can't. But I love you very much, and it was adorable.
You're the
so
worst.
I am calling it out so that people know that was there. Okay, maybe I'll try to figure out a way to zhuzh the music a little bit.
I love you.
I love you too. All right. So I now present to you. Once again, I am going to reference our good friend Justin. You think I don't cut things out of this podcast? I do, and you're welcome, all of you. All right. So, Diary of a Blood-Marked Werewolf, Laureldale, Book 2 by Megan O. Russell, Chapter 23. How the hell are we already at Chapter 23?
How the hell am I not already done with, Chapter 24? I should be,
I know.
through the part of the beginning of Chapter.
I know. Hopefully... Look, maybe we'll have more MK Thorne next week if this migraine doesn't kick. We will hope.
The levels of the underworld.
Oh shit, y'all! Yes. Megan was telling me about the underworld in this world and likens it. This is a little taste. Likens it a little bit to Dante, and that's all I'm gonna say. And it's really fucking cool. Okay, so if for some reason Megan's migraine keeps her from writing a chapter, we'll get to explore the underworld.
Well, this is what happens when my life is literally sitting there going, I'm in the dark.
Yeah, she's been doing a lot of sitting and thinking.
Which,
for those of you who aren't married to Megan, which I hope is all of you, unless you have a Megan in your life that you're married to, in which case, congratulations. I hope that you feed and take care of yours too. But her sitting alone with her own thoughts for hours and hours and hours at a time, it's both incredible and abso-fucking-lutely horrifying.
Ooh, put in a note to remind me to talk about the romantic work I've been doing while I haven't been able to look at stuff.
Sure.
But we'll put that after the chapter. We should get going.
Yeah. All right. So, chapter 23.
Oh God, my temple. I clenched my jaw.
Why would you do that?
I don't know. Habit.
You said temple.
Okay. We're doing really well at starting. Okay. No. I need people. We're talking about being honest.
That's okay. You're giving me more time to drink my beer.
You can cut this out. You can make this one of the funny podcast videos for online. There you go. It'll be perfect. Just put a little light filter on it.
Go ahead.
So I didn't know until about 6 months ago that when people say let your jaw drop, they don't just mean the front of your jaw. I thought the back of your jaw was like a locked door hinge. I didn't understand that your jaw could actually, the back of your jaw could loosen and go down.
Uh-huh.
I didn't know that was possible.
Side note, if you want to see something real freaking cool, go and look up the goblin shark. Talk about loosening your jaw. Holy shit.
But anyway, so
cool.
That's my jaw story.
Yeah.
So I have a very tense jaw because I did not understand how to loosen my jaw until literally under 6 months ago.
Also, for those of you who are like, hell no, it's a shark. I don't know. I believe they're deep sea. I know that they do not bite humans. It's not that. Yeah.
Oh, I don't think. Yeah, I think they're
under there.
I think you'd have to be like a specialty diver doing some shit to come into contact with those fishes.
Yeah, you would. And I don't think they're particularly aggressive. I don't know. Anyway, I'm not entirely sure.
We're doing a great job.
We are.
This is better than the false one.
Yes, it is. Okay, here we go.
That's terrifying.
Are we actually going now? Let's do it. Mm-hmm. Chapter 23, Intent. Rule of proximity. Physical nearness to a vision's event increases the probability that a change in that person's pattern will shift that event. Rule of intent. Altering a vision's subject's preceding intent will almost definitely alter the event. Rule of temporal order. Speeding the arrival of an event alters the sequence of contributing causes, increasing the chance of divergence from the event. Rule of knowledge. Regardless of inclusion in the event, individuals' foreknowledge of a vision's event increases the probability of that event shifting. Rule of consequence. Non-contributory variables surrounding the event may shift without altering the event. Rule of convergence. An event resulting from sufficient convergent forces cannot be altered through the change of a single catalyst. Pause real quick. How you doing? I can't
look straight at the camera. It's worse than direct eye contact.
Yeah, you're right. It is. Okay. All right. So let's game plan. What you gonna do?
Glance awkwardly around the room.
You should. I want you to tell a story with your eyes. Be a blue man. Okay.
Just give that hand job to Isaac, whatever, but with just
my God. Megan did an audition one time for was it Brotherhood? I think is what it was.
It was like with
a Jason
big
Isaacs
network TV show. Yeah, it wasn't something skeezy.
It was HBO. But it was Jason Isaacs who plays Lucius Malfoy amongst other roles, but he's the lead in this show. And she was auditioning to be a prostitute. So why don't you tell the rest of it now that we're here? Go ahead.
I think we might have told this story before.
I think you might have.
Anyway,
but if you have, it's great.
So during the audition, it's like up a very steep and very narrow stairway into like this office, and it's this side.
It was in Rhode Island.
About this handy, but because of the filming rules of whatever, you couldn't have your arm moving. So you had to say the lines while looking down at the theoretical Jason Isaacs Felicia. And give it a...
You're moving your hand too much. I'm watching the camera.
I moved my hand. And give it a handy with your eyes.
For the kids listening, we're talking about handy men. It's okay.
And I did not book that job because I don't know how to do that with my eyes. So I did my best and then ran for it giggling.
This is why, by the way, we have these podcasts marked as explicit. So listen at your own risk. Okay. So we've just gone through the rules, and now the chapter proper begins. Basically, if you want to stop something in a vision from happening, aim for changes close to the drama that made that moment vision worthy. Get in there and fuck shit up while not outing yourself as a seer, hopefully. Of course, there's a possibility that that particular vision is, in fact, the result of converging events, giving you zero fucking chance of stopping said vision from happening, but that's just one of the many glories that push Sybils over the sanity threshold. One which I personally rank as the darker twin of visions you don't want to change riding on a razor-thin edge of chance, like a couple stumbling into their real-life meet-cute while walking in a park. A chance encounter, a dropped book, a shared bench, a line for the coffee cart that turns into generations of progeny who never would have existed if a single moment hadn't happened. A few seconds delay, a slightly different path, one of them needing to fucking pee at the wrong time, and that future family tree gets wiped away. People who should be, but just aren't. And the Sybils, the only one who knows the difference. The cosmos' generous mercy for those of us forced to see the beautiful things that should have been. When a lucky Sybil has a vision of a good thing, the best thing to do is don't. Don't talk about it. Don't go near it. Don't do anything but back the fuck away and pretend you didn't see shit. Easy. No sacrifice, no complication, no pain. Unless you're in the vision. Then you're fucked. Rule of proximity. Fucked. You're at the epicenter of the event. Minor changes in your actions can fuck the whole fucking event, which is really fucked when the vision is of your friend clinging to you, shaking with relief that you were in the right place at the right time. Rule of intent. Fucked. My intent would have been getting out of Kate's for a while to dodge the extinction-level massacre of awkward that was the snappish voices filtering through the glass of Kate's closed library windows to faintly rumble over our dessert bench picnic like thunder taunting us with a storm that could begin any moment. And damn did that storm fucking hit with the Mrs. D's smiling sweetly at a pale-faced, tight-jawed Kate as they both shook her hand, then, in a clearly tactical move, stayed side by side as they marched down the steps and over to check on the children's picnic. Mrs. Dupuy reaffirmed her determination to take me on a shopping trip and lodged one final protest at my not going to an urgent care at the very least. Mrs. Davis gave me a list of all the food she'd prepared and how to reheat it before suddenly remembering her house having a hot tub and suggesting that perhaps I move over there for a while to maintain therapeutic hot tub access during my fall recovery. The Mrs. D's then took their respective spawn and departed, Sydney giving me a wide-eyed look of discomfort and a promise that the Sagebrook shopping... The Mrs. D's then took their...
shopping. We already got
We got it. We got it.
Oh, I looked at the screen.
Don't do that. We discussed these things, Megan Elizabeth. Why would you do this? The Mrs. Only because you've been doing it for the past year and a half. The Mrs. D's then took their respective spawn and departed, Sydney giving me a wide-eyed look of discomfort and a promise that the Sagebrook shopping trip that was in no fucking way going to happen would be a lot of fun, while Andre murmured an apology along with his opinion that his mother was, in fact, right about the hot tub's potential benefits for lingering soreness, adding Jason and Paige to the overnight invitation, noting the Davises having plenty of beds for all. Mr. Paxman, at least, went for a flat-lipped, uncomfortable smile as he said goodbye to Kate and fled with only a wave to his daughter. Despite the gnawing need to know what the fuck was said in the library, the Mrs. D's pity-fueled worry grating against my bones like nails on a chalkboard, and my swallowing. Despite the gnawing need to know what the fuck was said in the library, the Mrs. D's pity-fueled worry grating against my bones like nails on a chalkboard, and my swelling lava-like anger at Kate's dull, defeated tone as she asked what time we were heading to the party and warned us not to leave without her, I couldn't mute the rhythmic directive thumping beneath every thought. Save Jason. Save Jason. Even though I had no fucking clue if he was the one I needed to be at the Argo to help. It could be Paige or another student or a kitten in distress. Save Jason. Save Jason. His relief might not have come from his own safety. Save Jason. Didn't matter. My brain couldn't let go of the chant, officially fucking the rule of intent. Rule of temporal order. Fucked. A few seconds could mean the difference between saving Jason and watching him die, and every variance increased the chance of changing the moment I'd seen. Save Jason. Save Jason. A few seconds gained by showering faster than usual, my hands sped by the thump of Save Jason, as I scrubbed challenge course dirt from my hair. But how fast did I usually wash my hair? Did the time lost to the shampoo bottle slipping from my hand make up the difference or cost me another life? At least 30 seconds lost by my trembling hand slicing too deep as I performed the blood ritual to protect my fucked up mind. But taking the time to perform the ritual, that I would have done with or without the vision, right? Ella, without a vision of Jason clinging to her, unknowing Ella, wouldn't have gone into a crowd at the Argo without protecting herself, right? Save Jason. Save Jason. More seconds lost, staring at my blood as it dripped into the sink, panic twisting around my throat at the sudden realization that I might have just blocked a vision I needed to have in order to save Jason. Save Jason. Save Jason. Save Jason. Save Jason. A minute gained as I stupidly didn't check the bruises on my body before throwing on clothes so I could move on to the wretched task of choosing shoes. Sneakers offered grip if I needed to run, but not being my natural choice for the party, I couldn't shake the fear that the extra traction might prevent a fall unknowing Ella would have taken, changing things enough to cause disaster. Heels borrowed from Kate would slow me down physically, but did offer a slightly different view that might be required to make whatever had happened happen. Save Jason. I chose boots, banking on not needing to sprint to succeed, and unknowing Ella being similarly unwilling to... Similarly. That's a hard word.
Similarly.
I chose boots.
Similarly.
It's a similarly and a metaphor. I chose boots, banking... That was a grammar joke. You're welcome. I chose boots, banking on not needing to sprint to succeed, and unknowing Ella being similarly unwilling to speak to Kate for any unnecessary reason, taking advantage of my choice by shoving the phone I shouldn't have by my right ankle. The phone I hadn't asked for until after I'd had the vision, which meant I couldn't silence the fucking whisper fluttering through the pounding of save Jason, questioning if unknowing Ella would have had the phone and if my having it at the Argo would somehow hurt Jason. Rule of knowledge. Fucked. Utterly fucked by nature. Fucked worse now that Kate fucking knew. Fucked. Rule of consequence. Fucked. How? Actually, I'm going to ask you something. Is that an okay take on the fucked? Because they are in separate lines, so that's not necessarily normally how I'd read it, but it felt, Ella, that she's just going sing-songy at this point.
I can't really look at it, and it felt right in my heart, so I'm not going to argue with your take as an actor.
All right, well, that was so nice. Let's do it again. Utterly fucked by nature. Fucked worse now that Kate fucking knew. Fucked. I like that.
Yeah, I still accept.
Rule of consequence. Fucked. How fucked? No clue. Would having a knife hidden at the small of my back save Jason? Or would the faint reassurance of having a weapon on hand fuck everything up? Was weaving my hair into a tight braid proper preparation for whatever the fuck was coming? Or had I just gotten Jason killed? Who's to fucking say? Rule of convergence. Unknown. And the hope I clung to as Jason drove Paige and me into town, Kate following right behind until we reached the Argo where she went right and we went left. Oh my God, I just realized something. Ooh, that's exciting.
What did you realize?
No,
I can't
nothing.
See what you're typing.
Well, rule of convergence. That's it. That's all. I hadn't really put two and two together about why that is hopeful to her. Okay. Rule of convergence, unknown. And the hope I clung to as Jason drove Paige and me into town, Kate following right behind until we reached the Argo where she went right and we went left. The street in front of the Argo had been blocked off to make space for tables, homemade carnival games, and the flock of law enforcement and orange-vested volunteers who'd gathered to protect the students from my still unidentified kidnapper. I wanted to believe some of them had come to guard against Clara's killer too, but I couldn't convince myself that if any of them gave a shit about finding Clara's murderer, it wasn't only because of me. I'd offered them a more palatable victim of Laureldale's dangers. My fall caused more concern and outrage than her death ever would. No time. Not yet. Save Jason. Save Jason. Whatever the human guard's motivation, their presence made parking a nightmare for all partygoers except Jason, who pulled right into his reserved spot behind the Argo/his home. He didn't turn off the engine right away or look up at the second-story patio where the pots of fall blooms had been replaced by thick black garland that wound around the patio railing, giving a morose look to the new bistro-style lights strung above. He just sat there, frozen, staring at the car's console. "Ella forgot something very important and needs you to run back to Kate's to get it," Paige said from the back seat. My mind turned into a gaping chasm as I tried to remember what the fuck I'd forgotten. A woman appeared on the balcony, tall with dark blonde hair and a neat bun, her sweater just fitted enough to hint at a build born of physical employment and chronic movement, beaming as she waved down at Jason. "Ah, at last, Mrs. Sheriff Fuckface." "It's fine," Jason said. "Not fine. Knife, check. Forbidden phone, check. Breathe, Ella. Jason's mom, Ella. No stabbing friends' moms, Ella." "Isn't there something about delaying suffering making suffering worse?" Jason said. "Because of me?" My voice shook. Pain dug into the center of my chest. "What did I forget?" "Nothing." Paige patted my shoulder. "Just trying to save Jason. Save Jason. Save Jason. Let's just get it over with." Jason waved up at his mom and shut off the car. "Get what over with?" I unfastened my seatbelt with my left hand, sliding my right toward my hidden blade. Sheriff Fuckface appeared on the balcony. Jason's mom's bright smile turned plastic as Fuckface wrapped his arm around her shoulders and nodded down at the car with the unmistakable stiffness of parental disappointment, which was fucking rich coming from the king of the fucks. "Jason, can you run back to Kate's and get something for me?" The words popped out of my mouth without a thought for the consequences, which, considering the massive fucking importance of acting as unknowing Ella would, felt dangerously close to a minor win. "I'll be fine." Jason unfastened his seatbelt. "No, seriously. Please leave. You don't need memories of me stabbing your fuckface father in the eye." What did you forget? Jason's eyebrows both pinched and rose. Fuck. Say fucking something, Ella. Save Jason. My sketchbook. Because I wanted to do a few quick sketches of the little jail cell in the cafe. I have an art project due Monday, and I need to get different perspectives with the bars for reference. What's the project? Paige had to fucking ask. I whipped inspiration out of my ass, brilliantly layering lie and actual assignment. We're all supposed to draw ourselves as an animal. Mine will be a baby elephant, lonely and caged. And we dove to the dark place. Paige opened her door. Jason, you go get the sketchbook. Ella and I will get to work upstairs. Work? Paige ignored me. I'll text you when Ella and I are done, then you come in through the front of the Argo to find us. I don't... Jason squeezed his eyes shut. I'd prefer to stay nearby. My brain auto-translated. The PTSD caused by the Ethereum beside me has made me terrified of blinking because I can't shake the certainty that another horrible thing is coming. A dozen different kinds of guilt pressed sour into my throat. Worse than the guilt, the sure fucking knowledge that there was no honest comfort I could give him. Save Jason. I laid my hand on his. He tensed. Smart. If Mrs. Smeaton comes after me again, I'll break her nose. I tossed him a playful wink. If she gets pissy about it, I'll remind her that any good busybody would know not to startle the girl who'd already smashed the shit out of Evan's face. I added a sorry, let me go back.
You have the cutest little curl right here.
Aw, thank you. All right, well, now that you said that, I'm not going to snap it out.
Because I can't look at anything, and I can't look over there, and I can't look over there, and I can't... But you have a little tiny curl. You need a haircut so badly. I need a haircut so badly. That's tomorrow's mission, but you got a little cute curl.
The Smash and Quest thing. Oh, this is completely random, but since I said that and I won't remember, I am training into playing Captain Edward John Smith for the Titanic dinner show, and I notified the director, and I was serious about this. I said, just as long as you understand that I will be doing it with the essence of Sir Ian McKellen as Gandalf the Wizard, and she was like, okay.
I love that you were like, I will do this,
but I will be doing it as Sir Ian McKellen is kind of, well, not quite that fully, but anyway. But then I told somebody that and I went, wait, hold on. You realize that King Theoden is the one who played Captain Smith in the movie. And I went, oh my God. So that was just funny. Anyway, okay. If Mrs. Smeaton comes after me again, I'll break her nose. I tossed him a playful wink. If she gets pissy about it, I'll remind her that any good busybody would know not to startle the girl who already smashed the shit out of Evan's face. Jason shook his head. What would a knowing Ella do? WWUED. I picked up Jason's hand and curled all his fingers but his pinky into a fist. I locked my pinky around his. I promised not to trust any public school safety equipment while you're gone. Ella, and I jiggled our hands. Did you see everyone? Sheriff Fuckface, don't say it, Ella. Your dad has guarding the place? And by place, she means we'll be in your house with both your parents, Paige said. Besides, the second we hit that balcony, you'll be dragged away for an Archer family debrief that will put you out of commission for way longer than it would take you to drive to Kate's and back. Paige, if you don't go upstairs with us, she spoke over him, you at least stand a chance of not having to deal with both your parents at once. I'm right. Thank me later. Go get the sketchbook. Jason opened his eyes. A jagged weight dug into my sternum. Not guilt, something hatefully close to pity, at the unmistakable pain filling his face as he looked first at me, then at Paige. WWUED. Friend plus pain equals bad. Thank you for worrying about me. I trapped his hand in both of mine, holding his gaze as he looked back to me. And I apologize for your inevitable need for Ella-induced therapy. Paige snorted a laugh. Wasn't kidding. But I'm okay. I went for a teasing grin. You're doing me a favor while I hang out in the safest place in town, testing the limits of how much I can eat in one day. Jason... Paige leaned forward between the seats, her head blocking my view of him. I have to bring it up again because I thought about it immediately again. My friend Justin, our friend Justin, it's not just my friend, but our friend Justin, who I mentioned towards the beginning of the podcast, his wife Allison, who is another one of our best friends, will just occasionally...
Okay.
What?
You have to understand, first of all...
Okay, all right, sorry.
He giant, she Polly Pocket. I And especially like back in the day. So this was when we were all living and housing together in Alaska.
Oh, yeah.
So many years ago, when she'd get mad at him, she'd go, Justin! But because she's so tiny compared to his mass, when she'd like try to put her hands on her hips, they'd scoot a little too high. Justin! So he was like, chicken!
I don't know, was she ever actually mad at him, or was that just play mad? Like the way that you're like, babe.
No, I think it was more like that. I don't think she ever did it when she was like mad. It was like, like babe, like Christopher.
Yeah.
It was more of those.
Yeah. And then his go-to used to be, is nothing sacred. Hilarious. I love them both very much. I miss you guys. Okay. Jason. I'm sorry, that's not how Paige would say it. Jason. Paige leaned forward between the seats, her head blocking my view of him. As your best friend, I hold the burden of your care and am overriding your objection. I'm staying with Ella. You're putting on your own fucking oxygen mask and saving yourself from whatever United Front bullshit your parents are hovering up there waiting to dump on you like a storm of gaslighting and guilt. Damn, Paige. And don't you dare lie to yourself or me. She picked up steam. Your parents are primed and ready to repress every problem so hard they will outright lie to you and say things are just fucking great while actively not speaking to each other, and that causes real fucking damage whether you want to fucking admit it or not. It was at that moment I started wondering if I'd had too much of an influence on Paige Paxman. As your best fucking friend, it's my fucking job to save you from your fucking self. Paige sat back in her seat, revealing a pale, stone-faced Jason. Go. Drive the fuck away. When you finally get a real fucking therapist, they can explain all the reasons you should thank me. She climbed out of the car, cheerily waving toward the balcony. Hi, Mrs. Archer, Sheriff Archer. Guess I'll see you soon. I'm assuming she would have a little bit of a laugh there. Like, that uncomfortableness, you know what I mean?
Like, yeah. Guess I'm going into Mordor.
Yeah. One does not simply walk into Mordor.
You know, I feel like Ella would.
She probably would. She's an idiot.
And I feel like she's the kind of person who could get, like, within 200 yards. And then all of a sudden, shit would go really wrong.
Yeah, sure.
But I feel like she'd be like, no, I got this. Oh, I do not.
By the time she got within 200 yards of the eye of Sauron, she would collapse from all of the visions. Okay. Guess I'll see you soon. I gave Jason's hand a last little squeeze, got out of the car, and followed Paige, pretending I couldn't hear the panicked shrieks spinning through my brain, howling that walking up the steps to that balcony would kill Jason. Unknowing Ella would send Jason away, but WWUED only worked if I hadn't already fucked everything up. If Jason should have stayed with us, if unknowing Ella would have been slower getting ready, if we should have arrived 5 minutes later, if Fuckface would have been busy with sheriff shit in 5 minutes, if he wouldn't have stepped onto that balcony, if Ella... Jason's mom's smile almost passed for real. I'm so glad to finally meet you. I'm sorry it's taken so long. If Fuckface hadn't been on the balcony, Paige wouldn't have told Jason to leave. Mrs. Archer came to meet me at the top of the stairs. Jason wouldn't be driving. He'd be here, safe. Save Jason. Calm Ella. Save Jason. Save Jason. WWUED. Smile. Greet friend's mom. Pain anchor. Handshake. 4 steps. Easy. Doable. I smiled. Nice to meet you too. Opting to utilize current resources, I, gently as fuck, pressed my upper arm against my broken ribs and, upon receiving an adequately spine-wrenching dose of pain, reached for Mrs. Archer's hand. I couldn't convince myself, nope, I can't, we change. I can't convince myself I'll ever be able to stop wondering if somehow, some seconds in the wrong direction, or an extra hint of stress on my face, or even my sending Jason away because I thought I was doing the right fucking thing. Fucking if my trying to protect Jason caused Mrs. Archer to ignore my outstretched hand and wrap me in the kind of maternal embrace I should have been craving. Rule of proximity. Proximity to a Sybil increases the risk of becoming the subject of a vision. Assumed. Rule of contact. Physical contact, particularly skin-to-skin contact, increases risk of becoming the subject of a vision assumed. Rule of location. A Sibyl's presence in a location increases the probability of an event in that location becoming the subject of a Sibyl's vision assumed. Rule of chance. An action chosen through or timed by randomization cannot be predicted by a Sibyl until the final element has been selected, tested, and accepted. Rule of negation. The base of a preternatural warding can be inverted without altering the protection's efficacy. Testing in progress. Rule of bond. A Sibyl's emotional attachment to an individual dangerously increases the probability of that individual becoming the subject of a Sibyl's vision. Mitigation under review. I do not like Laureldale. I do not like the too tidy streets and the too peaceful town. I do not like the people who look at me like an intruder, a bad influence, a broken girl, a whore, a drunk, an angry hazard, a dangerous contamination of their perfection. All that, and they don't even know what I really am. Acting! All right. Okay. So, so now this is kind of interesting.
Because we've never done it twice before.
Well, we've never done it twice before. We've
never re-recorded an episode before.
I don't know what you think they thought we meant.
I just wanted to clarify. But my brain went
to a dirty place. So
I was doing clarifying.
So no, what I was meaning is that we've never done this where you weren't reading along. So what do you think in just hearing the story? Were you paying attention the whole time?
I was trying.
Not like honestly, as in like, were you paying attention, Megan? But like,
I'm so bad with audio.
That's exactly why I was wondering. I'm loving it.
Yeah, so no, I was. And I really enjoyed your interpretation. For me, it was very different because this is going to sound so bad.
Okay.
Normally, I'm almost proofing you.
Okay.
As you go, where I'm like, yes, that's where I wanted that comma. Yes, that's how I wanted that line. But because I couldn't read along, like when you were doing the fuck, and you were like, that's not how you want it, I didn't know.
Yeah.
So it was very interesting to, man, this sucks. But to realize how like crazily neurotic and nitpicky I am normally.
Yeah. I don't think that that's a problem. I think it becomes a problem when you refuse to let something live its life. Does that make sense? It's like directors who note a show to fucking death, because eventually the more notes you give, the less
life
of its thank you. I was going to say the less of its soul remains. It's almost like
plastic surgery where like you do so much to a face, you're like, the fuck is that?
Yeah, which is one of the reasons you got out of trad publishing, because they were literally turning it into something that was not your product.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's anyway.
Because it all kinds of it comes out a little Botoxy.
It does come out a little Botoxy. Not that there aren't wonderful novels out there from
there are also wonderful Botox people.
There are wonderful Botox people, but there are also wonderful independent contractors, people who are out there on their own, and you are absolutely one of the top. So okay, you wanted to talk about shut your face. Thank you, Cole Porter. Sibylary cheat sheet.
I looked at the screen.
Don't do that.
Like right here.
Did it immediate? Wait, it's hurting over there now too?
No, it's just it doesn't hurt. It's
it buzzes.
It's like almost like Bengay. It's like someone went like boonk. It's like an instant like hot tingle.
Yeah, that can't be good. Okay, so Sibylary cheat sheet versus what is this, facts?
Okay. So wisdom? The first time we're hearing like
folk wisdom, cheat sheet versus folk wisdom.
The first time we're hearing like the rule of proximity, all of that at the start of this section, we are hearing it from Alice's perspective. So there we are hearing it from the point of view of someone who is. She has learned these rules from people who have lived them. When we hear them again from the Watcher's perspective, which I still can't remember where the name the Watcher came from, but whatever, it's there and I love it. But when we get to the Watcher's perspective, that's not coming from the Sibylary. That's not coming from knowledge of people who have lived it. That's more folk wisdom, more people who are like, well, this seems to be right and keeps me alive, so maybe you should do that too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
Like,
Yeah. Shout out to you calling them their respective spawn. It reminds me of the time in Disney.
Sydney and Adrian.
Andre. You poor thing. An 8-day long migraine is ridiculous. And how are you still alive?
I don't know, but my kitchen's clean.
It is clean. But how fast did I usually wash my hair? Did the time lost to the shampoo bottle slipping from my hand make up the difference or cost me another life? At least 30 seconds lost by my trembling hand slicing. And I was like, holy crap, I never thought about this being a consideration.
Well, it's almost like you've said it before, where it's like, you know how sometimes like birds land in the middle of the road and it's like, move, you fuck. And it's like, or you saving my life, because if I'd been like 20 seconds further down the road, I would have gotten T-boned and died. So are you being an asshole fucking bird who doesn't want to use its fucking wings and fucking fly? Or
like birds that cross rivers on hippos? It's like, are you fucking serious?
No. Birds that just stand in the middle of the road. And it's like, first of all, you could walk. Second, you could fly. Third, why aren't you somewhere better for you, bird? The asphalt is clearly not your happy place.
Muskogee ducks are the worst.
They're assholes. But you know what I mean? Where like, and then you look at the bird and you're like, or maybe I should be fine because this 10 seconds is saving my life. And this is the universe telling me like, you need to be a few minutes later because there's an asshole driver who you're now not going to get killed by. Or maybe those are just lies I tell myself.
I wrote down, because you were like, sneakers offered grip. And you're like, do we call them sneakers? Are they tennis shoes? What are they? And I was like, what? And you were like, do you have a file of all of these weird Megan questions somewhere?
Well, because it's weird things where like, I call them sneakers. But did I decide, like, when I'm putting on my tennis shoes, sports shoes, whatever, I call them sneakers. So to me, especially because they're in the Adirondacks, which is where, like, I grew up in the foothills, it would make sense to call them sneakers.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, wait a second. Did I look it up and realize that sneakers is so regional that I can't use sneakers because people are going to be like, she's wearing slippers so she can be sneaky, sneaky snoo?
Do what? Do people not call them sneakers everywhere?
No.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Some people it's only tennis shoes or sports shoes.
We call them both.
Or running shoes.
Sports shoes.
But that's the same as like saying like
to me, that's
pants,
like cleats.
Where it's like,
right.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure. Underwear, actual jeans, those things. So I'm like, I don't know what sneakers are. So apparently I researched sneakers and sneakers weren't like, it was okay. It wasn't a big enough thing. But that's why I have problems remembering sometimes because it'll be like, so normalized in my head. I'm like, obviously that's the word I'm using.
Yeah.
But then I'll realize like, oh, wait. Well, no, because I say soda and soda's normal.
Soda is normal. Pop.
But like that kind of thing where I'm like trying to make sure it's not a regionalism.
Also a reminder, shouting out to my fellow Southerners. And not that I guess technically I'm one now living in Florida, but Orlando's not the South. It's different. Orlando's not the South. Anything Orlando and South. Yeah. But Coke. We just called it Coke. It was Coke. What kind of Coke do you want? Dr. Pepper. Everything was Coke. It was very strange. Rule of convergence unknown. So this is the thing that I didn't catch before. And the hope I clung to as Jason drove Paige and me into town. So she's hoping that this falls under rule of convergence so that she can't fucking do anything about it. That's brilliant.
That's what she's hoping is that this is
but wait, hold on though. But doesn't she say that when you're in the middle of it, that then it is a problem because like it's...
Yeah, but it could be that it was gonna happen anyway. Like no matter what so there's not really much she can do. Yeah. She was gonna end up in that moment.
Right. So yeah.
And it could be one of those. So like... And in this case, that'd be great if it's a rule of convergence moment and it's like she can do whatever because she's going to end up in that moment with Jason. That's just how it happens.
Yeah.
That thread in time does not get to change, but she doesn't know, which is why she's panicking.
Mrs. Sheriff Fuckface was hilarious.
Thank you.
Just that. Also, love the Dumbo imagery.
The sad elephant alone in the cage.
Yep.
An orphan elephant.
And then Ella, and we dove to the dark place. or Paige. Is Ella having a bad influence on Paige Paxman? Or not a bad influence, but an influence on how Paige
I would say she's having a liberating influence on Paige's language.
Okay, yeah, sure. I can tell. I was like, God, Paige doesn't usually curse quite like this.
Well, the thing is, like, Sydney is very carefully, like, yes, she will curse and stuff, but she very clearly has a plan for her life where she will not be able to curse professionally.
Sure, yeah.
So, like, she has that...
Because she's going to law school and he's going to medical school, is that right?
Yeah, so, like, she has that very careful, like, stance of someone who's like, I'm not fucking up my future.
Yeah.
not fucking it up. I'm not fucking it up.
Yeah.
But Paige is suddenly like, with this person who's like, I don't have a fucking future. How long am I going to live? Next week? Great.
Right.
So now Paige is like, fuck. Oh, fuck sounds good. Fuck.
It's a fun word to say. Yeah. It's also one of the more versatile words in the English language.
Yeah, so she's just starting to utilize it in a more Ella-like way because they've been roommates now.
Yeah. It can be used so many ways. Like, you fuck. That would be a noun. Evan and Haley fucked. That would be a verb. Fucking is an adjective. Fuckingly can be, or fucked up can be an adverb phrase. Okay. Rule of negation. So now we're getting into Watcher stuff. Rule of negation. The base of a preternatural warding can be inverted without altering the protection's efficacy. Testing in progress. And I wrote, uh-oh. Rule of bond. A Sybil's emotional attachment to an individual dangerously increases the probability of that individual becoming the subject of a Sybil's vision. Mitigation under review, to which I wrote, uh-oh. So, yeah, not great shit that's about to happen. I'm a little concerned. And now that brings us to the end, and you wanted to talk briefly about the romantasy work that you've been doing.
Right. Yeah. Okay, so wait, was there anything else you wanted to talk about with the chapter?
No, I don't think so.
I feel really bad, you guys, because I feel like I'm kind of... Okay, I'm going to say this in a twofold, like, thing where I'm going to, like, shit on myself and make it better.
Please don't do that.
But I feel like I'm so totally failing because it's been 8 fucking days.
Yeah.
Like, I can't even check my email properly.
And for those, to explain what's going on, Megan was so bad off with an occipital migraine that the photophobia, which is, yes, a fear of light, like if you're looking at the literal definition, but what it is a medical term, meaning that you can't, that any kind of light immediately causes pain, immense pain. So you were dealing with that for at least 5, maybe 6 days. Started coming around on either day 6 or 7, but then you started having the buzzing. Yeah. So you still can't look at screens. No. Light is okay.
I'm okay with light. Yeah. Like, the lights in here are getting to be a lot.
But so screens and reading, like, you can't read either.
No, I can't.
Yeah, but yeah, we are going to wrap it up soon because you're getting to be
because it's getting to be. It's a little, even with this shitty lighting, it's a little bright in here for me. No, but what I wanted to talk about with romantasy, because surprisingly, for someone who has audio processing issues, I'm really good with audiobooks. I love audiobooks. And it's especially, like, I'm really glad that I love audiobooks right now because I can't fucking read. Sorry, I have anger in my heart because of this.
That's why you should.
So I've been really diving deeper into my romantasy research via audiobook and audio available article, and I found some radio interviews.
Oh, that's cool.
I have absolutely been like doing the talk button on ChatGPT and being like, I call him Quill. And I'm like, Quill, is there anything I can listen to about it? I need like a good article. So Quill's been helping.
So not going to Quill for expertise, just going to Quill for like, hey, you work as a search engine.
I can't see anything. Excuse me, is there a podcast? Well, I found one really cool podcast interview. Okay. I found one really cool podcast episode that wasn't an interview. It was just sort of like a theorem. And then I found a really cool radio piece. There's like a 15-minute radio piece all about romantasy.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was pretty painful because I had to like ask the question, and then when I got the answer read back, I had to like look at the screen and be like, where's the link? Give me a fucking link. But so I've gotten to do a lot of that, and I've gotten to do a lot of audiobooks. And so... Can you put it in the notes? I want to, I want to compile all my notes on like the roots and rising of romantasy and like why it is such a problematic genre as far as sexism goes. Yeah. And why it has these weird YA roots when it's really not a YA category and all of this stuff. And so I've been slowly compiling notes on the books, and so how I've sort of sorted it for now so that it's available before I like put together like a formal posts for my webpage and my Substack, I've put together like a bookshop.org page where like the blurbs are all like, okay, this is why I'm including this one in the Romantasy family tree, this one. And so I'll have Chris link this. And I spent a very painful few minutes getting a little bit more work done on it this week, slowly. So it's shaping up. It's not as far as I was hoping it would be. Like I was hoping by this time I'd have like the post on the website where it's
when you can't use a computer.
This is where it's like, or read. It's like, this is the basics of my Romantasy family tree, and like this is why I'm branching it this way. But I haven't been able to do that. But I do have that basic up.
Right.
And hopefully this will get better soon because I'm bored off my ass and going stir crazy.
I'm so sorry,
it's
babe.
like that. Muppets Treasure Island. We've got cabin fever. We're flipping our bandanas. Yep. We've given.
Wait. Too much more, and we have to pay royalties. So.
For some reason, that doesn't hurt. It's so
it's
weird.
Not, yeah, no, your whole. It's not audio.
It's so weird, though.
Okay, so was there anything else that you wanted to talk about?
I apologize for any weird faces I have made during the process of this episode. I had to do a few chin tucks for some neck pain. So if you want to get some great screen grabs and just make memes out the ass.
Yep.
Feel free. I know I have weird faces.
You do.
It's fine. I don't mean the next being the next, like, what? You face of the internet. I can be the new lady. I don't mind. Yeah, I can be the new facial meme. But yeah, enjoy that. I apologize. And hopefully this will get better. And we'll have another episode next week.
Yes.
With a new chapter.
With a new chapter. Either that or an MK Thorne. So we'll see. So do you want to tell them where they can find us? Or do you want me to?
You can do it.
Oh, okay, great. So you can find Page by Page writing the book in real time, the video format on YouTube. I'm starting to put the videos
YouTube,
up.
Facebook, and Substack.
Hold on. No, I'm not done. And also on Spotify. So that's what I was trying to get to. Yes. So I am trying it out on Spotify. So yes, YouTube, Spotify, Facebook, and Substack. You can also find Page by Page writing the book in real time wherever you get your podcast. If you're more of an audio listener like I am, make sure that you give us a follow, like, subscribe, just anything to tell the algorithm that you are enjoying the podcast. It helps us spread the word about the next great teen American paranormal mystery. And what?
Right, American Paranormal Mystery.
I'm being a robot right now.
Are you an SEO bot?
I'm an SEO bot. Thank you very much.
I was so proud of you for your SEO botness.
And guys, we really, really appreciate you. And as always, thank you for reading.